me the link and I'll add you to the stream. Hello, friends. I think we're live. I feel live. I look live. Just setting things up with Legend and Patches. But yeah, we are here. We're going to talk about IP adapters and all kinds of fun stuff. So yeah, welcome everybody. Maybe while we set everything up, I'll just go through IPAdapter stuff, and while we wait for Patches, not sure where he is. All right, I've got a Video Ninja link, and there's Patches. This one. Okay, let's add Legend to the screen. Okay, we're doing it all in real time, everybody. We're live. All right, where's my guests? People side bottom. My day got away from me. We would have done this about a half an hour ago, but you know, time. Guest screen. I will share it with Discord so you guys can see it live. Screen share. There we go. So my screen share should be up on Discord so you guys can see that in real time. Patches, join the streaming treehouse VC, the one I sent you a link. It's in general. It's just for these streams, so no randos can join us. All right, you should see me. Yeah, he's trying to connect, but I think he's having. Oh, one sec. I think I know what the problem is. Connect speak video. There we go. I think it's possible. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, permissions error. You weren't invited, Patches. No love. No love. Oh, perfect. Perfect. We're all in the same. We're all in the same boat. Okay, cool. Let me get Legend up on the screen, and then Patches, send me your Video Ninja link when you get a chance there. It's just video.ninja, Ninja. All right, let's do that. Push and no. Oh, sorry. You need to send me the view link there, Legend. There's not the URL you're on, but there's a little link at the top of the screen with a little like link note beside it. Just connect your camera to OBS, quote unquote. Then send me that push or send me the view link. I think this will work if I just change push to view. Did that work? That worked. All right. Oh, hold on. I got you twice. How do I have you twice? Oh, did you share your audio? Through video? Because I'm getting you twice. Right. We're getting that through Discord. Welcome to the fun part of setting up a stream, everybody. This is, I know, very... Yes, it's perking now. Perking. Perfect. All right. And soon we'll have Patches too. So everybody, this is Legend. Legend, while we're waiting for Patches, why don't you tell everybody who you are and what you do? Oh, my bad. Hold on. You're not being heard for some reason. Hold on. I've got problems. I've got problems. You're being heard by me. I'm listening to you, but the audience can't hear you. So let's fix that. Yeah, that was perfect. Perfect introduction. I'll get you to completely repeat. Let's figure out why that's happening, because I have my audio sent through. So it
Yeah,
was
no worries.
turned down. We're so smart around
Ah,
here.
okay, okay.
Okay, let's
That
do that
works.
again. Legend, hit us.
Yeah. Yes, let's do it again. So again, I'm known as the Legend for short, but formerly known as the Legend Mr. Booger. You guys can find me on Instagram, LGNDVFX. And just a little background without taking too much time, but I originally started most of my background is in modeling. And then once COVID hit, I branched out and started diversifying into doing some camera work, video editing. And that's where I really started learning how to deep dive into After Effects and getting more of a VFX background, if you will. And that kind of led into opportunities, learning how to do Gen AI. And I started working on Gen AI related projects, first starting with Stable Diffusion, Automatic 1111, and now branching out to ComfyUI, to where I'm learning to expand my knowledge and, meeting great people like Patches and Pers here, who have helped guide me in that realm. And yeah, so I'm just excited to be here today, learn a few new things, provide things that I may know from my perspective, and then just learning the process. So I was definitely glad to be here, and I appreciate you having me.
Right on. Thanks for coming, man. Yeah,
Absolutely.
I've only recently become, aware of your stuff, but I'm digging it. Really digging it.
Yeah,
The
thank you.
AI
Thank you so
fashion
much.
show, the AI fashion show I saw on Instagram last night was very, very cool.
Oh, yeah, I think I appreciate that feedback. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It took me
Mm-hmm.
about it took me about a full week to complete that project, and I utilized Stable Diffusion through ComfyUI, also utilized Runways Gen 2, and then Dolly 3 to generate some of the images for the outfits.
Oh
So it's a
yeah,
combination of those three.
nice. And I'm just pulling up an image of Patches here.
Yeah, of course. Let's go.
And I think just screen. Okay, that's cool. So yeah, we won't be seeing Patches, but I'll add his little avatar on here so you guys can just imagine what he looks like. And yeah, Patches, you want to introduce yourself and tell everybody what you're all about and what you're up to?
Yeah, Bruce, thanks for having us. My name's
Absolutely.
Patches, and I've been making digital art as a hobby for my whole life. And then a few years ago, I just decided to get serious, honestly, about my music game, about Ableton and producing. And I always done After Effects and stuff like that. And I started getting serious about Ableton, and then I wanted to make my own music videos. So then I started getting more serious about After Effects, and then it's just sort of been a snowball. And then I think it was August of 2022. I randomly found Disco Diffusion and went into the Disco Diffusion Discord like a month before Stable Diffusion like really hit. So I made like literally two renders with Disco Diffusion, and then got into Stable Diffusion and Midjourney, and eventually got invited to this really cool group called the Machine Burners, and then did like a year of Warp, and then busted into Comfy and AnimateDiff, and honestly now I'm going as hard as I can into 3D. So that's my focus now, is just getting really good at Blender, and the goal is Unreal. So yeah, just sort of waltzing through life learning this technology, but I really feel like Unreal is going to be like my final form. So that's me in a nutshell.
Right on. Well, it's nice to have you both on, and thanks for coming.
Yeah,
All
Yeah,
right.
Piers,
appreciate you for
I
having
love
us.
your work. Just watching your YouTube and the amount you've been helping people and how smart you are. It's really inspiring, man.
Oh, thanks. Yeah. Well, we all learn from other people, right? So trying to
Yep.
gatekeep the knowledge is just a waste of time, in my opinion.
I
Yep.
agree.
So
I,
yeah,
I
I
used to be
mean,
a
it'll be
hardcore fire spinner, and we had that too. Like, we were like, do we want to share the techniques, or do we want to keep them for ourselves? And sharing them always ended up being the best choice.
it always opens you up. Like what you think is like being protective is actually like closing you off from like opportunities that others like. One thing I've definitely noticed
Absolutely.
is like, people a year ago who I was teaching stuff are now giving me opportunities because they're pushing into fields that are like, related to their stuff. So by holding the information close to your chest, I don't think you're actually doing anything to help yourself. If anything, you're just like holding everyone else back as well. And those people will probably be able to help you out if you helped them out in the past. So, yeah, for me,
Absolutely.
yeah, I just
Well said.
don't believe in gatekeeping.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Plus, everyone advances at their own pace, and everyone expands their knowledge in different areas. So it's
Yeah.
like, yeah, like we can only help ourselves through this, you know?
Yeah, absolutely. I just spilled coffee on myself. That's why I'm aggressively.
Oh, okay. Very, very cool.
Yeah. So.
Hell yeah, we're all in the same boat.
Hell yeah. So yeah, I mean, been a crazy week. I haven't been streaming this week. I've been diving deep into IPAdapters V2 and trying to understand and work through everything that it has to offer and all that crazy stuff. So I thought maybe we would start by just like showing everybody how to maybe fix a broken, like an old workflow that has an old IP adapters in it. So like, let's I'll pull up one of my old workflows here so you guys can see. So basically what happened was earlier this week, Matteo, who maintains and does the IPAdapters Plus plugin for Comfy, rewrote the whole thing and rewrote it in such a way that the new version breaks the old version. So if you've recently been opening workflows and can't figure out why all the nodes are red, it's probably because you updated IP adapters and it's broken. So it's actually I think it's a good thing. I don't know where all my workflows went. It's really weird. I was having a
just curious, Pers, while you're searching.
Yeah.
Are you utilizing the embeds method when you're updating your IP adapter? Or are you just utilizing
well, it depends on what I'm doing. I'm only doing embeds if I need to do more than one image in one slot. If I'm not,
okay, understood.
If I don't need more than one image for one context, then no. A lot of what I do is one context per mask color. So yeah, if I had to embed, I would embed, but right now there's no need to add more because I'm only staying on a context for a short amount of time. So like even when you add more context, it just gets diluted and confused.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's great for you know, stills and other things. Absolutely.
Fair enough. I just wasn't sure if because I just built a workflow that I'm utilizing where I'm just utilizing the unified loader that just, you know, syncs into like, you know, an IPAdapter Advanced, you know, so it's just basically transferring the image information rather than converting it to an embeds. But I didn't know if whether or not one utilizes memory more than the other.
I don't think so, and I think it's being embedded. You just don't see it. So it's I think it's still the same business, you know.
Essentially same process, just different methods on how you want to you execute. Okay, fair enough.
So yeah, if you've loaded up a workflow and you got these big red nodes, it's because IPAdapter changed. And the bad thing about that is there's no indication of what your nodes used to say. That's just like the way Comfy is. So basically what has changed is we don't need these anymore. We don't need these load clip vision and load model adapter nodes anymore. And these have all changed. So if you've got a workflow, you load it up and it's broken, I'll show you how to fix it now. But if you need these workflows from before, they're on my Discord in the resources channel. I've updated this one, subject masking, RGB, CUMK, and I forget something else. But yeah, I've updated as many as as like all the recent ones, and then yeah, if you guys, I'll show you how to fix old ones in case you do it yourself. So let's get rid of all these nodes because they're all useless now. And we're gonna add an IPAdapters. I can spell adapters unified loader. So this unified loader has replaced those two nodes that we were using before to load the IPAdapter model and clip vision. You can still use them. They're not dead. If your workflow requires a specific clip vision or a clip specific IPAdapters thing that's not in this list, like for example, there's a compositional IPAdapters model, and if you want to use that, you can't use the unified loader with that because it's not here. So you would have to still load that one. But yeah, this actually simplifies things a lot now because it's actually less nodes. So you just add an IPAdapter node. And it's basically got all the stuff you would need for a basic IPAdapter run. There's an advanced node with more options, and then there's embed creation nodes as well. But for right now, we're just going to work with the simple IPAdapter, and we're just going to rewire it into our RGB workflow that we had before. So we're just using an IPAdapter for each style here, each color, and we're going to apply a different image to each color in the mask. We've covered this before on the stream, but this is basically how you rebuild the IPAdapter stuff. So model goes to model, and IPAdapter goes to IPAdapter. For the image, we're still using prepare image for clip vision. I'm going to go into something else pretty soon where we don't have to do this, but for now we do. Put it in the center, lands, coast. Yeah. All right. And then we want to load an image and see if I can find something. Yeah, sure. Okay.
That works.
So we just copy and paste these IP adapters 2 more times because we got 3 channels. Model to model, model to model, model through to the case sampler. IPAdapter can go into each one. So let's get all that in one node, and then we're going to copy this 2 more times. So we want to plug that into here, plug that into here. And that's our 3 images. So let's do there. We'll make a blender lady with diamonds. The other thing we need to do is connect our masks. We've made these masks from we're getting the red, the green, and the blue. So we're going to put the red, the green, and the blue into here. They go into the IPAdapter masks. And now we've rebuilt the workflow. It wasn't that bad. Wasn't that bad at all. So let's change this to 896 by 512. Let's do that seed is fine. Bring this down. Let's use realism by Stable Yogi, 4K. Yeah, 1614. All the hits, high res fix. Let's also add the deep shrink. All right, because we've gone beyond 512 by 512, so we're going to use deep shrink in front of our K sampler, and that way it won't look like crap when it comes out.
Can you touch base a little bit on the kind of like the functionality of what deep shrink does or supposed to do?
Sure. No problem. Oh, you know what? I've got 2 problems here. One problem is I've noticed recently I like to put my AnimateDiff after my IPAdapter. So
interesting.
Let's do that. So this model is going to go into our unified loader. So that's the thing about the unified loader. It actually takes the model from your loader. So you don't forget to plug that in like I did. That's why it's red, because I forgot to plug it in. So that goes through the 3. And then our... that goes into AnimateDiff, and then AnimateDiff out to our K sampler. Or no, AnimateDiff out to deep shrink into our K sampler. And then when this runs, I'll explain deep shrink. So I think that should do it. Okay, so now you can see it's extracting the masks from this RGB mask I've made. So it's got the red, the green, and the blue. They're white because that's what the AnimateDiff or the IPAdapter mask is seeing. But we know that this is red, green, and blue because those are the colors out of the mask. What did I forget here? It's always fun opening old workflows.
Yeah. But it's how you learn, you know, like when stuff breaks.
Yeah, basically. IPAdapter not found. Okay, good. We're in a special kind of hell that you guys are going to be in. So this is good. We can figure this out now. Why you mad, bro? Okay, let's try plus high strength. What that error usually means is that one of your files for IPAdapters, either one of the IPAdapter models or the clip vision, is not named properly. Like in my case, the light SD low strength version is probably not named right. That's why that error happened. So the 2 solutions to that are go figure out the right name. If you can't figure out the right name, use the old loader nodes, because then you can just load the exact file that you have in your folder. This will make it easier if your files are named correctly. If your files aren't named correctly, this isn't easier.
What I do like about the unified loader is that it automatically detects which clip vision to utilize based on the model selected.
Exactly. Yeah, that saves a headache of having to know which ones do what.
Yeah, absolutely.
But yeah, so deep shrink is like it's on the diffusion chain, and what it does is it shrinks the latent space that you're building in, and tiles it out so that, you know, like in Automatic 1111 when you've got an image that's, say you're doing one that's like 900 by 512, and it's really wide, and you'll see the person is like a person with two heads, or it's two people, or like there's two torsos, or the buildings are all messed up. There's tiling going on, right? This fixes that by shrinking it down and tiling out the space and dreaming into a space that is like a more correct aspect. So when we're doing stuff wide like this, it won't be messed up because we're using deep shrink to shrink the latent space into a more workable canvas, basically.
Okay, understood.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really understand it, but that's my understanding of it. So.
Yeah, no, yeah, it's like 80% makes sense, but that's good enough for me for now.
Yeah. And so yeah, this is the basic IPAdapter. It doesn't leave seams. Point asked in the chat if deep shrink leaves seams in the tiles, and it does not. It's before any of the image tiling. It's actually in the latent space. It's before it even denoises the space. What else? Yeah, so that's all stuff for basic IPAdapters, but we've got all this new stuff now with advanced and tiled IPAdapter. And inside the advanced options, we have all kinds of new stuff. We can combine weights. We can combine contexts in different ways. Before, we could only add contexts together, right? If we have a shirt and shoes, it'll try to put that shirt and shoes on the person. What we have now is the ability to subtract context from one another. I can say, take everything about these shoes and remove them from the shirt. And then it'll give me some alien garment because it's taken one context and actually erased it from the other context. I made alien fruits by subtracting a cherry from an apple. Like there's so much stuff going on in the new IPAdapters that we haven't even scratched the surface of yet. So there's a lot to explore. There's a lot to have fun with. So yeah, don't be scared of the new IPAdapters changes. The only thing that I will say is they will absolutely break any existing workflows you have. So if you're doing anything in production, you're working on a big thing, do not upgrade until you're done, because it will completely change your outputs. It will completely change your projects and break them.
Or just make a second install of Comfy.
Yeah, just keep making new comfies for every new plugin. All right, I think I should have done that at 2. I don't know if this is the final run or the first run. We'll see, because I do have a high-res fix script enabled here. We can tell if we go here. Oh no, we're on the second run. This might take too long, actually. Screw it. We don't need to do the we don't need to do the upscale. Yeah, this will fail and we'll have to start it again, but that's okay. I'd rather wait 3 minutes than 11. I might actually have to kill this.